Can you ride in closer, boy?
Yes, sir.
Man I was riding with left me here. I'm looking for the Hewitt Ranch. I kind of got turned around.
Oh, it's just down the road a piece, a little more than a mile.
The way you're going?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any objections if I ride along with you?
No, not at all. Going right past there.
Lead on.
Would you like me to take one of your reins?
Just ride on, boy. I'll follow. Come a long way and never had to have a lead rope put on me yet.
Yes, sir.
Been a long time since I heard a black-tailed magpie. Don't have 'em back east.
You're right. That's what it is. A black-billed magpie. You ride all the way from the east by yourself?
Wished I could have. Trains, stage, riding from Virginia City to where I met you.
Well, still must have been difficult.
Only trouble. People want to talk to me when I don't want to.
Yes, sir. Here we are.
This it?
Yeah?
Better open the gate.
It is open.
Where's the house?
Straight ahead. Mrs. Hewitt isn't here right now. Her and her baby and her pa are over at the Ponderosa getting ready to move to Carson City.
Sam's here.
Well, yeah, he's here.
I know. I got the news. I'm Sam's brother. Where is he? Show me.
Yes, sir. This way. Right here by his favorite tree.
You want a woman to move on time, you better start telling her the day before.
Well, she got the baby to take care of, and the baby's things to pack. See if I can help her.
Mr. Cartwright, thanks for whatever's in the box.
Oh, not worth mentioning.
There's no reason to fight. Come on, you're dry. You're warm. And your tummy's full. Now you're just going back to sleep. You're going to a new home.
Just about ready?
I expect Jared's training at the bit.
Yeah, somewhat.
You want a woman to leave on time, you better start telling her the day before.
Yeah, you sure do know your father.
Sam was the same way. Whenever we were going to town, I got ready an hour before he said it was time to leave. You know, just now I was sitting here waiting as if I expected Sam to walk in that door.
Yeah.
When does it stop? You bury somebody who's closer to you than your own skin. You know he's gone.
You can't forget.
You've been through it.
Yes. Yes, I've been through it. Time helps. Time is about the only thing that does help.
Well, I guess it's better to be moving clear away. It'll be good to be back in Carson City. Lots more opportunities for a growing boy than a farm. The schools are good, too.
That's what I hear. I hear the schools are very good.
It's a good thing to look ahead.
Absolutely right. Now, what can I do to help?
They're still here.
Bill Hewitt. Big as life. I wish for Laurie's sake as well as his, we'd been an hour gone.
You can take this.
All right.
Will just rode in.
Well,
No. The operation didn't work. I wish I could say I was glad to see him. And I'd be lying if I did.
you don't mean that.
Makes me less than I should be. Will's kin, and he's blind, and he came home from the war that way. 4 years he lived with Sam and me. 4 years of fetching, and carrying, and doing.
Well, I heard you were very kind to him.
Not anymore. My body gets tired. And even if I wasn't, it's all Pa can do to take me and the baby in. Talking this way comes out I'm mean and spiteful.
No, just tired and human.
When I got to Virginia City, the sheriff was gone, the deputy was in court. I didn't want to wait, so all I know was what was in the letter.
Hoss and I rode in a posse for 4 days. We didn't have...
Laura will be coming out in a minute. She's taken Sam's death pretty hard.
I want to know where Sam was killed. How and why.
Sure, I know. But, well, what I was getting at was that Laurie's had about all she can stand. It'd be a kindness if you wouldn't talk about it where she could hear.
I expect you'll let me say hello.
Sure, Will, sure. I didn't mean you couldn't.
I know what you meant.
Well, good to see you.
Ben? I'd know that voice anywhere.
Hello, Will.
Hi, Laurie. Will you bring the baby over here? Sam must have been proud of this boy.
It's a long ride to Carson City. We're gonna get started.
Laurie and young Sam are coming to live with me, Will. You're welcome to come, too, if you want.
Thanks. I got a job.
A job?
I'm a harness maker now. I learned it in blind school at the hospital. I met a man on the stage, runs a harness and saddle shop in Virginia City. He said he'd give me a try.
I hope it works out.
Thank you. Laurie, you and that boy stay well. Have a good trip.
Thanks.
Take care of yourself. Well, I hope you'll be staying with us. We have plenty of room, you know.
Thanks, Ben. I'd like that. But I've got to get to the sheriff's office in Virginia City first.
Well, that can be arranged.
Happened at Ravens Hill. On the west slope, about a mile short of the summit. Joe told me on the way in.
He was hunting deer, camped up there.
You sure he was hunting?
That's what he told two of his friends he was going to do.
He shot twice?
Yeah. In the back. With a handgun at close range. Pockets inside out, horse and gear gone.
Everything?
Whatever he took up there with him was gone. Tom Keeley, J-Bar Ann Hand, found Sam and brought him in. Did you tell him about the rain?
Yeah, 4 full days of it.
It's the worst we've had in years. Trail was a river of mud. Posse made a sweep of the whole country. No tracks. Nothing.
So you stopped looking?
No, sir. Not right then, we didn't. Sheriff Coffey talked to every rancher and ranch hand within 30 miles, hoping to find someone who saw the rider leading your brother's horse away. No one saw anything.
What about Keeley?
We got his story in writing, and we backtracked him to see if he was telling the truth. He was. He couldn't have been within 30 miles when Sam was shot.
Do you know Sam?
He said not. I've asked everybody else this. Did your brother have any enemies?
Not that I ever heard about. He was a good hunter.
Meaning what?
If Sam was hunting deer, he would have been in the lower meadows where there's sweet grass, new leaves, where the deer feed.
It makes sense.
Where can I find this Keeley?
Try the Gold Nugget Saloon. He's been hanging around there. Sam sure told a lot of people he was going hunting.
Or maybe that's what they told you.
See you, Tom. Two steps coming up.
Twenty paces. I remember Main Street as being wider.
Yeah, they widen the sidewalks.
Virginia City Bank.
That's right again. You got too much steps.
Opera.
Yeah, you got a good memory.
Know this fella Keeley?
Say hello to her. Here's a couple more steps.
Huh. No missing that smell. Saloon's gotta be close. Old man Thompson still owned the place?
He died a couple of years ago. A fellow named Pat Clayton bought it from his widow. Here's the doors. Yeah, Keeley's here. He's over by the bar.
Tom Keeley?
Yeah?
I'm Sam Hewitt's brother.
Howdy.
What'll it be, gentlemen?
Whiskey.
Yeah, make it two.
Two whiskey.
I understand it rained up there the day you found my brother.
Yeah, you understand right. It come down in sheets.
Before or after you found him?
After. I got caught in it coming down.
Must have been tracks there.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. Boot prints, horse tracks. 2 sets of horse tracks going away. I figure one of them sets of tracks belonged to your brother's horse.
Why didn't you follow the tracks to find who was on the other horse?
Because I'm a ranch hand, mister. I ain't a lawman or a gunfighter. Does that answer your question?
Answer's one of them. I got others.
Well, you ask the sheriff the rest of them. Because I told him everything I know.
Some of you know me, some don't. I got something to say to all of you. I'm Sam Hewitt's brother. The law made a try at investigating Sam's death, and then they gave up. That's the law. That's not me. I swore on my brother's grave I'd find and I'd kill the man who murdered him. And I promise you, as sure as the sun rises tomorrow, I'll find the man.
Thought he was blind.
He is. Now, some may remember that before the war, before I was blinded, I was a pretty good shot. And I'm going to show you I can track a target with my ears as well as any of you can with your eyes. Anyone standing over there, move out fast.
Very fine, Mr. Hewitt.
What I owe you?
Nothing, it's on the house. I own the place. My name's Patrick Clayton.
Clayton, I believe Sam spoke of you.
It's not surprising. Sam and I were good friends. He used to stop here every time he came to town. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know.
I may take you up on that. Whenever you're ready, Joe.
Must be awful to be blind.
Not very happy with me, are you?
2 steps.
Man gets mad, he tenses up. You feel it in his arm. Let me explain. Sam gave me his savings. Every dime. He mortgaged his ranch to send me to St. Louis. Because of me, Laurie and the baby have to live with her pa. Now, that adds up to quite a debt. Blind or not, it wouldn't be much if I didn't try to pay it. Joe, would you answer a question for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I shot at that glass, it wasn't a close miss, was it?
You missed it by a mile.
Well, who started the clapping?
I don't know, I think it was Pat Clayton.
He must have felt sorry for him.
I just came from the Gold Nugget. We got a law against shooting up saloons in this town.
Who is it?
Deputy?
The owner didn't seem to mind.
I do. If it happens again, I'll have to lock you up.
Sounds like the deputy's upset because I want Sam's killer found.
I think he's upset because you're shooting at things you can't see, Will.
Or maybe hitting an innocent bystander.
Yeah, you had a big posse out, miles of riding, talked to lots of people. You didn't tell me one thing. You have any idea who did it?
No name. Figures to be some drifter, some hard case riding through.
I don't believe that anymore than I believe Sam was up there deer hunting.
Nun rücken Sie doch schon raus damit, was Sie annehmen.
Ich denke, Sam ist da oben raufgegangen, weil er jemand gesehen hat, den er für einen guten Freund hielt.
Wie kommen Sie darauf?
2 Kugeln im Rücken aus kurzer Entfernung. Sam hätte einem Fremden nie den Rücken zugekehrt. Sie haben einen Mörder in der Stadt. Er fühlt sich sicher und schläft ruhig, weil Sie aufgehört haben, nach ihm zu suchen. Und wenn er hört, dass ich anfange, nach ihm zu suchen, dann kommt er ins Schwitzen, wird nervös und macht Fehler.
Und schießt ein paar Kugeln auf Sie.
Das kann auch geschehen. Aber in diesem Fall werden Sie doch herausfinden können, wer es gewesen ist. Haben Sie hier noch zu tun oder reiten wir zu Ponderosa?
Ich muss woanders hin.
Little Joe und ich, wir haben die ganze Gegend abgesucht. 4 Tage lang. Wir haben nichts entdeckt. Und ich weiß, dass Roy Coffey und der Suchtrupp getan haben, was sie konnten.
2 Wochen haben die fast nur im Sattel gelebt. Die trifft kein Vorwurf.
Und keine Spur von Sams Pferd?
Nein. Weder Geschirr noch Sattel oder sonst was.
That's the part I don't swallow. I can believe a drifter could have shot Sam and stole his horse and robbed him, but...
Well, I didn't find Sam for 2 days. 2 hard days of riding, a man can be plumb out of the territory.
Sure, but if it was a drifter going through, he'd have his own camp gear. He wouldn't burden himself with coffee pot and pans he didn't need.
He could hide the camp gear, could sink it in the lake or bury it.
He could have. And he could have shot Sam's horse and left it in a canyon. He could have buried Sam, and no one would have ever known what happened. So what it all boils down to, there's a lot of questions left unanswered.
I got that new strap you wanted, Mr. Hewitt.
Thank you.
It's on the tack room bench along with your bridle and the tools.
I appreciate it if you walk me out there.
Yes, sir.
Well, you may not be able to see, but you sure do think clearly.
Living in the dark, you have lots of time to think. Fact is, that's all you do.
$17, $34, $35, $36, $37. $37, $38, $39, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
What are you doing, Jimmy? Seeing what it's like to be blind?
Well, sort of. I don't know how he does it, Hoss. I mean, he's walked from the barn to the house twice. And already he knows how many steps it takes. I've paced it 3 times, and I can't even come close.
Yeah. Well, he's had quite a bit more practice than you have, nearly 4 years.
Yeah. Hey, Hoss, is it true that if you lose your sight, your other senses become better?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Must have worked awfully hard at it.
Yeah.
You know something?
What?
I don't like him. I mean, I know I should because of what he's up against. And I'm ashamed of myself of it. But I just can't like him.
Yeah. Yeah. Used to be one of the top hands in Nevada, Jamie. One of the best, if not the best. I never knew a man that enjoyed living more than he did. We didn't call him Will in those days. He was known as Lucky. Lucky Hewitt. Got wounded and lost his sight in the last battle of the war. 4 years of darkness, and his brother found a doctor in St. Louis, gave him new hope. We had a farewell party for him right here at the house. I reckon he thought his luck was going to go back to good again. He said he'd come back to outride and outrope, outrun, and outdance all of us.
Doesn't make me feel any better, Hoss. I guess I'll just have to try harder.
Really? I thought you were in the tackle with Will.
Well, I was, but he run me out. He said he didn't need my help anymore.
Oh. Ben?
Yes, but how did you know?
Step was too heavy for Jamie, too slow for Joe, and too light for Hall.
It could have been one of the hands.
Could have. But they walk around me like I was some kind of poison.
You're pretty good at that.
Only fair. Doctor had me working at it before the operation and after, while the bandages were still on. The day he took the bandages off, I heard about Sam's death. I've been thinking, this Pat Clayton, didn't he used to work for one of the big mining companies?
Yeah? Engineer, geologist. He quit them and then went prospecting on his own and doing assay work, mining surveys. He was appointed deputy recorder a couple of years back.
And he owns the Golden Nugget? He's a busy man.
He sure is. Too busy to prospect. He does a lot of grub staking.
He told me he was a good friend of Sam's.
Huh? Might have been. He was one of the men in the posse.
He didn't tell me that. You think I'm a fool, don't you? Trying to find my brother's killer when the law couldn't.
I think you're bucking big odds.
There's nothing new in that.
When do you start the job?
I don't. That was a lie I told Laurie and her pa so they wouldn't have to worry about feeding me for another 5 or 10 years.
Hey, Will, why don't you open a little leather shop? You know, you're good at that. But we could help you get started.
Thanks, I'm not holding out a tin cup. There is something you can do for me.
Sure, what?
I'd like to see the place where my brother died. You and Joe and Hoss have a ranch to run, but Jamie could take me up there.
Well, there's nothing up there, just a clearing.
Just a place where a man died.
Well, tomorrow's Saturday, no school. How about first thing in the morning?
Thanks, Ben.
I got a little ahead of you.
I guess you did.
I'll get your horse. This is it.
Must be a lot of trees around here.
Well, yeah, but how... Oh, I guess you could hear the wind in it.
Yeah, I can hear the wind. Did the posse camp here?
No, they just looked and rode out again.
Do you see any signs of where Sam did his cooking?
Yeah, there's a pile of rocks over there. Somebody must have built a fire. Mr. Hewitt, all you had to do was say something. I'd have helped you.
All right, do it.
Here's the campfire right here. You looking for something?
Yeah. Proof that whoever killed Sam was after more than his horse and worn-out saddle. Sam was up here prospecting. Long as I can remember, he had the fever. It got so bad one time, Laurie had to... She says she'd quit him unless he stuck to ranching. He tried, but most of the times he was out hunting, he was looking for gold, not venison. See, he was a careful man. Trail camp like this, he'd bury his valuables and build a cooking fire on top of them. Yeah. Yeah, here we are. Feels like Sam. His name should be on the back.
Samuel Hewitt?
What color is this?
Yellow?
Gold?
Well, maybe, but I haven't seen many nuggets.
Feels like gold. Placer nuggets. The rough edges worn off in a stream.
Morgan Creek's just around the hill.
Huh? Well, now we know what Sam was after and what he found. Next thing is to find out who else knew about it.
Do I get to help?
I got no objections.
Yes, sir.
We're here. You got it straight?
I think so, yeah. Watch a two-step. Mr. Clayton's in the assay office. Keely's over there playing cards.
Sit down there, get us a drink.
Mr. Hewitt? Whiskey?
Yeah. There's something for my friend.
Oh, we got root beer or cider?
Cider, please.
Okay. Cider. Yes, Mr. Hewitt. There it is.
Bill's on the bar.
Oh, that's 30 cents, sir. Yes. Oh, it's a nice nugget.
Yeah, I found it. Think it's gold? Jamie says it looks like it. Sure feels like it. Can't be certain.
Well, Mr. Clayton's the one to tell you. He's in the assaying business.
That's so. Just might ask him. My brother Sam often came in here. When's the last time you saw him?
Let's see now, Sam. He was in here the day he went up in the hills.
More like 3 or 4 days before. Pat Clayton, Mr. Hewitt. I'm afraid the bartender made a little mistake.
Yeah, the days are all alike. It's hard to keep track.
Mr. Hewitt's drinks are on the house. Did I hear you say something about gold? Aye, it's gold, sure enough. Nice little nugget. You say you found it?
I didn't say how. It's all in knowing where to look.
Well, I'm in the market if you want to sell. I'm collecting nuggets for a watch chain.
I'll remember that. This Keeley, is he here? That story he told might satisfy the law, but it don't satisfy me.
I'm right here, mister.
You got anything to say, say it to me.
You brought my brother's body in. His pockets were turned inside out.
That's right. That's the way I found him.
Maybe. Did anyone think to search your pockets?
You calling me a thief?
I'm asking you a question.
I don't have to answer to you.
After you brought Sam's body in, did you file a claim?
No. I don't know what you're getting at, mister, but if you wasn't blind, I'd break every bone in your...
An honest man's not afraid to answer a question.
Now stop it, both of you.
I'm gonna wipe up the floor with...
You go back to playing cards before we get thrown out of here. And I can tell you, Mr. Hewitt, Mr. Keeley did not file a claim.
Don't tell me, show me. You got the book.
Show you. You can't read?
I got a friend here who reads. Jamie?
Yes, sir.
So you have. This way, gentlemen.
Will ain't here, but he is in town. The hostler saw him and Jamie ride by.
Each entry is dated. The claims are registered in the order that they come in. No space between registrations and no blank pages. That's the law. Now start there. That was about a month before before he was found.
Yes, sir, thank you.
The claim owners' names are in the first column.
Yes, sir. Smith, Perkins. No Keeley. Not from a month back up to yesterday.
I was wrong. No hard feelings, I hope.
Oh, not on my part, Mr. Hewitt.
Mr. McKay.
Me and Laurie come back, Will. We tried the livery stable, then we just kept looking. Laurie'd like to talk to you.
I'll be right out.
Sure, Will. Cluggy's just down the street.
Mr. Clayton?
I'm still here, Mr. Hewitt.
Nuggets. 11 of them. Run an essay for me.
It'll take a little time.
Do it. I'll be back.
Some steps.
Will, if you don't mind, me and the boy will take a little walk. If you want us, all you gotta do is lift your hand.
Fine, just fine.
I didn't want a lot of folks listening. But the way I treated you at the Ponderosa, not a decent hello, or how are you, that wasn't right.
Forget it, Laurie.
It's wrong to blame somebody for something they can't help. It wasn't your fault that operation didn't work.
Took the ranch and all your savings. That was my fault.
No. Just Hewitt luck. Your kin will, and kin should look after their own. Pa and me come back to say, we'd like to have you come and live with us.
I thank you. Both for the thought and the offer, but I got things I gotta do here. Here you are.
Thank you, Will.
Now, I ain't one to push, but we'll be staying over at the hotel till tomorrow, if you should change your mind.
I'll come and see you as soon as I can. Jamie?
Yes, sir.
You sure you didn't see Sam's name anywhere in the claim book?
No, sir. It is getting late, you know, and I really should be getting back to the Ponderosa.
Do me a favor. Say that in front of Clayton.
Yes, sir.
I'm still here, Mr. Hewitt. I must say, you do know where to look. These assay out at 95% pure.
Will you put that in writing?
Oh, I already did. The boy can read it for you if you want.
No need. You've already taught me to take your word.
It's getting kind of late, Mr. Hewitt. We gotta get back to Ponderosa.
In a minute, Jamie. I won't hold you up much. I'm going to spend the night at the Hewitt Ranch.
Alone?
One place in the world where I'm really at home. I know the cabin like the palm of my hand.
Mr. Hewitt, here are your nuggets, sir.
You probably guessed these nuggets are in the can along with Sam's watch and papers buried beneath the ashes of his campfire. Who's there? Who is it?
Come on, wake up. Get up. On your feet. In the chair. Move.
You'll have to lead me. I'm lost.
Turn left. Straight ahead. Sit.
Pat Clayton.
You knew my voice. I figured you would.
I know you. You killed my brother.
All I want is that can. Where is it?
Your bartender spoke the truth. Sam was in the Golden Nugget the day he was shot.
Where is it?
He rode back with some nuggets. He got an essay from you. He filed a claim, and then he rode back to stake it out. And you followed him. It had to be you because no one else knew what he had found.
Where is it?
In my bedroom.
That's too easy, blind man.
How did you manage it, Mr. Clayton? Did you file Sam's claim in last year's books?
Look. I don't want to hurt you. All I want is the can. Now, you give it to me, and I'll ride out and leave you alone.
You'll leave me alive and able to talk to the law? I don't believe that.
I'll get it out of you. If I have to break every bone in your body. You're not as smart as your brother.
Maybe I'm a little smarter. Sam's claim receipt and the essay report has your name on it. You better ride out of here, Mr. Clayton. They'll hang you high and fast. Sounds like you're going to shoot. Want me to turn my back?
I want that receipt and that report, and I want them now. You tell me where you've hit them, or I'll put a bullet in your knee. Where are they? Speak up and fast. Next time it'll be your knee.
That dust bothers you, Mr. Clayton.
You can see.
Yes, I can see. It was easy to pretend I couldn't since I was blind for 4 years. I wanted you to feel safe, Mr. Clayton. When the sheriff's around, that badge shuts everyone up. So I came home as a blind man. No one's afraid of a blind man. Not even a killer who shoots his friend in the back. You weren't afraid of a blind man, were you, Mr. Clayton? There's a witness up there. He heard everything you said.
It's Sam's fault. I offered to buy in. If he'd listened to me, none of this would have happened.
It's all right. You can come down now.
When I heard that gunshot, I thought for sure he'd... Well, I guess I ought to be mad at you. I went through all that trouble to help you. You didn't even tell me you could see.
I know. I thought about it, but I decided it was safer, not telling you.
Yeah. I guess I could have given it away and spoiled the whole thing.
You did all right. I figured I owe you folks an explanation. I figure you're right. Go ahead. Sit down. I didn't risk Jamie's life, if that's what's sticking in your craw. I wouldn't have let anything happen to him.
That's very reassuring.
You're angry at me because I played a trick on you, along with everybody else.
Well, we sort of figured you for a friend, You'd.
As a friend, I owed you the truth, that's right. But I owed Sam and Laurie my sight, and I owed it to them to find Sam's killer. And if that's ruffled some feelings, it's too bad.
Well, all I can say is that being able to see again sure hadn't improved your disposition none.
Can you guarantee me if I'd come to Virginia City and everybody knew I could see that it would have ended the way it has?
There's no guarantee about anything. And the fact is...
Fact is, it worked. I found the killer. I've just come from signing Sam's claim over to his son.
Well, it worked, but you could have just as easily got yourself killed.
Don't you remember I'm Lucky? Lucky Hewitt?